It was a dark and stormy night in the small village of Elmswood. The wind howled through the trees, making eerie sounds that sent shivers down the spine of anyone brave enough to be outside. In the middle of the village, there stood a tall, ancient tree. It was known as the haunted tree. People said the tree was cursed. They believed that many years ago, a wicked witch had cast a spell on it. Anyone who dared to touch the tree would vanish without a trace. The villagers avoided it, especially at night. One evening, a young boy named Timmy was walking home from his friend's house. He had heard the stories about the tree, but never really believed them. As he passed by, he felt an unusual chill. The wind seemed to whisper his name. Timmy, Timmy. Timmy stopped and looked around. The village was empty, and the only sound was the rustling leaves of the haunted tree. He shook his head, thinking it was just his imagination, and continued walking. But the whispers grew louder. Timmy, come closer. Against his better judgment, Timmy found himself drawn to the tree. He reached out his hand, his heart pounding in his chest. As soon as his fingers brushed the rough bark, the wind stopped. The air became still, and an eerie silence filled the village. Suddenly, the ground beneath Timmy's feet began to tremble. The roots of the tree twisted and turned, wrapping around his legs. Timmy tried to scream, but no sound came out. He struggled to break free, but the roots held him tight. Just then, a voice echoed from the tree. "Why have you come here, Timmy?" Terrified, Timmy replied, I don't know. I didn't mean to." The voice laughed, a cold, cruel laugh. "You have touched the cursed tree. Now you must pay the price." The roots pulled Timmy closer to the tree trunk. He could see faces in the bark, twisted and tormented, as if they were trapped souls. The faces whispered, "Help us, save us." Timmy's mind raced. He remembered the old stories his grandmother used to tell him. There was a way to break the curse, but it required great courage. He had to find the witch's hidden spell book and read the words to set the souls free. Summoning all his strength, Timmy managed to pull a small knife from his pocket. He cut through the roots holding him and stumbled backward. The faces in the tree cried out in pain, but Timmy knew he couldn't stop now. He ran to the old library at the edge of the village. The library was abandoned, covered in dust and cobwebs. Timmy searched frantically, knocking over piles of old books and scrolls. Finally, he found it, a tattered ancient book with a dark cover. With trembling hands, Timmy opened the book. The pages were filled with strange symbols and words he couldn't understand. But there, in the middle, he found a page with a drawing of the haunted tree. Underneath it were the words to break the curse. Timmy read the words aloud, his voice echoing through the empty library. "By the light of the moon and the strength of the stars, I break this curse near and far. Set the souls free, let them go. Return the peace we used to know." As soon as he finished, the book glowed with a bright light. The wind howled outside and the ground shook once more. Timmy ran back to the tree, the glowing book in his hands. The faces in the tree looked at him with hope. "Do it, Timmy. Break the curse." With a deep breath, Timmy placed the book against the tree trunk. The light spread from the book to the tree, illuminating the entire village. The roots unwrapped from the tree, and the faces began to fade. The wind whispered one last time, "Thank you, Timmy. You have saved us." The tree transformed, its dark bark turning a warm golden color. The curse was lifted, and the village was free from its haunting. Timmy sighed with relief. He knew the stories were true, but now he had his own story to tell. As he walked home, he felt the cool breeze on his face, no longer eerie, but peaceful. The haunted tree was no longer a source of fear, but a symbol of courage and hope.